guys, if you tuned in to watch this video, I know you are a lover of infrastructure, good stuff that definitely is going on in West Africa, particularly for Ghana and Nigeria. And yes, thank you for tuning in, but I want you to kindly watch till the end of this video and see what we have going on. That's definitely going to wow you, get you informed, inspired and motivated, that definitely at the end of the day you will be glad you did. So without any further ado, let's delve into this video. Just like you've seen according to the title, we're going to be taking a very close look tour of the stadium, the major stadiums we have in the country Nigeria and in the motherland Ghana. And like you've always known, these are part of countries in West Africa's infrastructure. Because tell me, what is definitely going to be sports, athletic activity, physical education without a good stadium that beats world record and standard? And where are my athletes here? Where are my football lovers, my football fans? Name it. Where are you all? Please, I need you all to first off come to the front seats. Take the front seat because this video was specially made for you. In as much as I'm not a football freak or fan, right? But I think it will be so unfair for me to run through this series of showing the things we have, infrastructures in different facets in the motherland Ghana and Nigeria without including the football stadium or sports stadium in these two different countries, and liken it, as we're going to see, to one of the countries in Africa, which is no other than Rwanda. What your sports stadium is all about and what it actually looks like. And disclaimer here, this is not to demean, demote, demarket, bring down any of this sports stadium, but only to expose, showcase in form of reaction and analysis. So it is by no means in any way trying to say these sports stadiums are not worthy or good enough, right? Because there must be definitely room for upgrade, renovation, improvement, and what have you. So with that being said, I want to start by saying that in Nigeria, we have a lot of stadiums in Nigeria, in Ghana, and other countries in West Africa that when we want to start showcasing all of them, it's going to take a long time. But right here for Nigeria, we have stadiums in 3 major states or regions in the country Nigeria, which is one first off in Akwa Ibom State, Uyo, one of the best, very beautiful stadium. We'll take a look at that, and followed by the biggest, the largest, which is the national stadium of 60,000 capacity, compared to the 30 or 35,000 capacity stadium for Akwa Ibom Uyo in the south region, and also for Lagos. But we're not going to be taking the one for Lagos because I've featured a lot of infrastructures from the city and the state Lagos. So let's look at Abuja and Akwa Ibom, because there are a lot of regions, states in Nigeria that make up Nigeria. Okay, and when we are done, we'll come back again and look at what we have going on in the motherland Ghana. And just like I've said, Ghana has a lot of stadium that when we begin to feature them, both private owned, government owned stadium that beats world record, we're not going to leave here, but we'll take the key major ones there, look at it, and definitely liken it to what Rwanda has going on there in Africa, and we'll come back and conclude. So first off, let's move to the city of Akwa Ibom, the Goswi Akpabio International Stadium in Akwa Ibom State. Let's take a look at that, followed by the Abuja, then we'll be right back. Okay, so come, let's go.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
Okay, the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium serves as home to the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Yeah. And this stadium is located in the city of Uyo, the state capital of Akwa Ibom. It may interest you to know that this stadium design features a sweeping roof that mimics the wings of an eagle in flight, you know, the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Yeah, it captures the spirit of Nigerian pride and the strength. Yeah, so, you know, when the Super Eagles will be playing football in a stadium like this, where they see designs of, you know, I don't know about that, Sha. Okay, so, yeah, it has a seating capacity of 30,000. Yeah, and the stadium currently serves as, like I said earlier, serves as the home for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Okay, on arrival, the main gate of the international stadium. Yeah, you can see the beautiful view, planted trees and flowers across. Yeah, so this is the front view of the international stadium. So this is the beautiful front view of the International Stadium. Yeah, with you can see the inscription on it, the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium, inscripted in yellow and black. Yeah, so this is the tunnel. The tunnel is also called the entrance way. This is where it allows the football players to move off the pitch into the locker room area after a football match. It appears the Super Eagles of Nigeria just played a Confederations Cup game on this pitch. Yeah, a cup qualifiers. So I guess that's why the branding is still there. This is good. So on the game today, you was Larry and see substitutes for the game. Yeah. The dugout is where the coaches see for the game.
Now let's go to the main, the training ground. The training ground in the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium. So this is where the teams come, to do their trainings and all that.
Alright, welcome back, guys. At least you can see for yourself and say of a truth, even though we can say that these stadiums might not really be the very best in the world, but at least somewhere in West Africa and somehow in Africa, they qualify to be featured or exposed as stadiums from the country Nigeria that we have going on in Akwa Ibom State and in the city, Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. So guys, having seen what we have going on in the country Nigeria, at this juncture, I would really like us to take a walk down to the motherland, Ghana, and see what we have going on for the international most beautiful and most presentable stadium. But let us know that there are some stadiums that are undergoing constructions, renovations, and what have you, just like the Cape Coast. We'll take a glimpse at it, what the Cape Coast reconstruction and expansion is all about briefly. Then look at the 3 top stadiums that we have going on for the motherland, and definitely their most recent commissioned stadium that beats world record in motherland Ghana as to what is supposed to be in West Africa, from the University of Ghana, the Legon multinational stadium that was just recently commissioned by the vice president. And definitely we'll be back to take a look at what we have going over there in Rwanda and finally come back to draw a conclusion. So with that being said, let's head off to the motherland Ghana.
Today I'm going to take you inside of the whole place to show you more stuff in there, but before then I want to give you also a drone shoot a little bit before we give you the inside, and then we give you the drone shoot as well. It should be just something like that. So you can see the road in front, very beautiful road, and then you see how beautiful, they designed the entrance of the gate, which I'm going to go closer to it. I'm going to go down so that I'll take the drone closer to it so that you guys are going to see that as well. I'm going to give you a view of the whole area, each place. Come down a little bit so that you guys can see everything clear, because today I really want you guys to be happy of what you are seeing and then be happy of your country. So this place is the entrance. You can see that they have planted green grasses, which everybody who is building in Ghana here or something have to also plant green grasses and then trees in their houses. This is life. If you see something like this, when you are coming and you see something like this, it makes you happy. You feel like you are at home. You feel like you are connected to nature. It's something that is just beautiful, So you can see that there is another space big at the other side. I was told by one of the workers that that place is also going to be used for something, but it's not part of these people, their contract. That's where that place is there, which you guys are going to see. So guys, tell me what you think about what you are seeing already, your impression about what you are seeing. Isn't it beautiful? Is this sports complex not beautiful? It's just beautiful, We have two gates. We have this park, something like roundabout that cross that divides the road. We have these markings all beautifully done. We have light posts, light around, street light around, small. So the place is really going to be lovely. You can see some of the workers around already working on the some stuff already, and you can see that the colors that they use for the thing also is very beautiful, and it's our colors that we normally use for our kente and other stuff, which is very beautiful, So it's just beautiful, It's so beautiful.
Alright, today we want to talk about the top 3 most exclusive, most fantastic, most beautiful, and most dynamic sports stadiums in the country. If you study critically, there are a lot of sports stadiums in the country that we can talk about, or you would want us to talk about. There are a lot of football clubs in the country, as well as sports stadiums in the country. We can talk about the Kumasi Sports Stadium, which is the Babayara Sports Stadium. We can talk about the Accra Sports Stadium. We can talk about the Lankley Sports Stadium. We can talk about the Tamale Sports Stadium, as well as the Sekondi Takoradi Sports Stadium. We can talk about the Cape Coast Sports. In fact, there are a lot of beautiful sports stadiums in the country that we can talk about. But by popular voting and by examination and by high ranking of Ghanaians in the country, they have come up with 3 of the sports stadiums to be the most exclusive sports stadiums in the country. Now, the 3rd most exclusive, most fantastic, and most beautiful sports stadium in the country is the Lankley Sports Stadium. Now, the Lankley Sports Stadium is a multi-use stadium in Obuasi, Ghana. It was opened on 10th May 1990 and renovated on 17th April 2005. And it is the home to the Ashanti Gold Sporting Club. It has a capacity for 20,000 people. The Lankley Sports Stadium was opened on 10th May 1990 by the former president of Ghana, Jerry John Rawlings. The stadium is dedicated to the Lankley, a former engineering and also a project manager of the Ashanti Gold Food Company, and also a supporter of the team. The stadium was designed by Enfield Design Services and built by A. Lang, with Arch Charles Blankson, a Heyman, as the project manager for EDS, who also built the Enyinem House housing project, and then Enyinem Lodge, among others, and different projects across Ghana. The stadium features automatic turnstile and also a car park and over 1,300 seats in the main grandstand, as well as 6 educative boxes, each with its own air conditioning and a room for 40 seats. The stadium complex includes an athletic track, a PA system, video cameras, VIP car park, toilets, and a bar with a functioning room, a multi-gym and electronic scoreboard, as well as flood lighting. Now let's go have a little video of how the Langley Sports Stadium looks like. Now that was Langley Sports Stadium, the third most fantastic, beautiful sports stadium in the country. Now I want to move on to the second most beautiful, most fantastic sports stadium in the country. It is none else but the Accra Sports Stadium. The Accra Sports Stadium. Now the Accra Sports Stadium, formerly named the Ohinija Sports Stadium, it is a multi-use stadium with over 40,000 capacity, and it is located in Accra, Ghana. Mostly used for association football matches. It is also used for rugby union. Now, the stadium was inaugurated in 1962 by a football match played between Accra and Kumasi, originally known as Accra Sports Stadium. The stadium was renamed after Ohinija, the country's first director of sports, in 2004. Its renaming was quite controversial and opposed by the Ghana people. There has been ongoing controversy about the name of the stadium. On June 16, 2011, the name Ohinija Stadium on the stadium building was changed to Accra Sports Stadium without any official announcement by the Accra Metropolitan Assembly, supported by the National Democratic Congress government. The stadium is also the home of one of Africa's most popular clubs, Hearts of Oak, as well as Great Olympics and Legon Cities FC. But Ghana's national team matches are sometimes played there. During the 2000 African Cup of Nations in Ghana and Nigeria, the stadium hosted 9 matches and was also the venue of the 1978 final. Let's go have a little video of how Accra Sports Stadium looks like. And inaugurated as a designated football pitch in 1959. The first stands were constructed in 1971. The stadium was built in 1977. The stadium was rebuilt in 1977. Now, the Babayara Sports Stadium, also known as the Kumasi Sports Stadium, is a multi-purpose stadium in Kumasi in the Ashanti region. It is Ghana's largest stadium with a seating capacity of 40,528. The Kumasi Stadium is used mostly for football matches, although it is used for athletics. It is the home of one of Africa's most popular sports club, Asante Kotoko, as well as Ken Faisal. It was renamed after Kumasi-born footballer Baba Yara in 1936 to 1969, active for Asante Kotoko 1955 to 1961, under the new patriotic government in 2004. The third major works ended in 2008. The rest of the stands were upgraded, seats were added, and transport panels were installed to separate the spectator area from the playing area in order to prevent pitch invasions. From 1978 to 2000 and 2008 African Cup of Nations, the Baba Yara Stadium also hosted the Ghana and Nigeria match in the first leg of their World Cup playoff. In 1978 to 2000 and 2008, the stadium hosted 6 group matches and one of the semi-final matches of the 1978 African Cup of Nations tournament. Now let's go have a little video of how the Baba Yara Sports Stadium looks like.
Hey.
Okay, welcome back, guys. And definitely we've seen what the stadiums we have in the motherland Ghana actually looks like, and I'm very, very overwhelmed and impressed with what we have. Like I said, there are a lot of them. I even got to see the personal owned stadiums that individual owns based on their connection as football club owners and what have you over there in Ghana. And one spectacular thing about Nigeria is most of the stadium we own are definitely sponsored and built by the government. Okay, I think it is in rare case we can find stadiums that are personal owned for Nigeria. Most of them, the major ones we have, are owned and built by the federal or state government. So I don't really know in details, in total, what it is for the motherland Ghana, but I am sure that there are private owned stadiums built to good standard in operation going out there in Ghana, right? And I want to say this, with what we have going on there, both the intended stadium that they have mapped out for construction, for innovation and building, I want to say it will be highly, highly encouraged, and it will help a great deal when it comes to sports and sporting activity to the motherland Ghana. It will really pay off if from the proposed intended stadium that have been put in place to be built and carried out for construction is being followed up squarely. It will really make a great difference for the motherland Ghana. And I will encourage the government of Ghana, the good people of Ghana, football teams, football clubs, football lovers, and what have you over there in the motherland Ghana to put all hands on deck to make the stadiums a dream come true, a reality, especially the Cape Coast. I don't know what it is currently as of today in September. Let me know what it is if you have an idea what is actually going on there currently as a Ghanaian or a football lover. So with that being said, let's take a look at Rwanda, what their stadium is all about, and we'll be right back.
In one of the significant milestones in African sports, Rwandan President Paul Kagame officially inaugurated the newly refurbished Amahoro Stadium on the 1st of July 2024. This is another milestone in the history of Rwanda's recovery from a brutal genocide, investing in its future and its people, one of Rwanda's government's cornerstones. The Amahoro Stadium is Kenya Rwanda for Peace Stadium. Officially, it is known as Amahoro National Stadium, situated in Rwanda's capital of Kigali. The stadium was inaugurated with a friendly football match and then hosted Rwanda's 30th Liberation Day events successively on the 1st and the 4th July 2024, respectively. The Amahoro Stadium is a multi-purpose stadium in the Gasabo district of Kigali, Rwanda. With a capacity of 45,508, it is the largest stadium in Rwanda and will host events such as football matches, rugby, track and field events, concerts, and public events. The Amahoro Stadium is designated as home of the Amavubi Stars because it is the home of Rwanda's national football team, which is nicknamed Amavubi. Many things in Rwanda relate to their recent dark past, and the stadium is one of them. For some, it was a place of pain and misery during the Rwandan genocide in 1994, as it was temporarily a United Nations protected site, hosting to up to 12,000 mostly Tutsi refugees. But today, it is a symbol of hope and the rise of a nation from the ashes and from its horrible past during those dark days in 1994. This is not a new stadium, but it has undergone extensive major renovation. Let us briefly look at the stadium's history. Originally, the stadium was constructed by the China Civil Engineering Construction Corporation at a cost of $21 million. Construction began in March 1984 and was completed in January 1989. In 1990, the Rwandan Civil War broke out between the Rwandan Patriotic Front, RPF, a Tutsi rebel group, and President Juvenal Habyarimana's government forces. After a ceasefire agreement was signed in 1993, the stadium became the headquarters of a United Nations peacekeeping battalion force. The ceasefire failed, and in April 1994, a genocide ensued. The majority Hutus went on an elimination mission of the minority Tutsis. Thousands of Tutsis ran to Amahoro Stadium for refuge in the United Nations premises. The Rwandan Patriotic Front, RPF, just about managed to keep the occupants safe from the Hutu militia or the Interahamwe. However, many died still from the Interahamwe attacks and the horrible living conditions in the stadium. Therefore, the stadium is indeed a symbol of resilience. Amahoro Stadium underwent various renovations from August 2022. Suma, a Turkish-based construction company, secured a deal worth $165 million to renovate Amahoro Stadium. The upgrade brought the capacity from 25,000 to 45,000 seater stadium. Before the Amahoro expansion took place, the new Kigali Arena, or BK Arena, the largest indoor arena in Rwanda and the whole of East Africa, was built in 2019 right next door. In addition to the main pitch, which will be an arena for football and rugby, Petit Stade is also being built, where volleyball and basketball matches will be played, as well as Paralympic zone, car park and roads just outside the stadium. In addition to the upgraded sports facilities, the Amahoro Stadium includes shops, restaurants and bars, ensuring that it remains vibrant even if there were no sports-related events on a given day. Facilities that will ensure that the complex is a beehive of activities. The stadium uses hybrid grass, which is a mix of natural grass and synthetic turf, and it actually looks and feels like natural grass. The overriding reason hybrid grass is gaining traction is because it plays to the strengths of both types of surfaces. Hybrid grass is a combination of the best features of natural grass and artificial turf. The spectators and the auditorium of the Amahora was divided into two tiers. Plastic seats were installed in the stands, and there are VIP boxes, press boxes, and areas for wheelchair users and access. The reconstructed stadium retained its oval layout with an athletics track. The stands are fully covered, and externally the building received a decorative facade with traditional imigongo patterns corresponding with the architecture of the neighboring Kigali Arena. The upgrade has made the facility much more modern, adapted to current norms and standards, and equipped with greater commercial opportunities. FIFA and the Confederation of African Football (CAF) approved the stadium to host international football competitions. A letter signed by CAF earlier this month confirmed that the ultra-modern facility has been created to host international games after a series of inspections by CAF officials who described it as one of the best venues in the African continent. CAF said in a statement, "Following the review of the report by CAF, please note that the stadium is approved for use in all upcoming CAF FIFA competitions since it meets all the set minimum CAF stadium requirements to host such matches."
All right, guys, now you can see that Africa got a lot going on for themselves, not just in terms of schools alone, hospitals, hotel, good road infrastructure, railway, airports, just like we featured here. If you're following up, we've also got stadiums that are befitting and presentable in Africa. I know there are a lot of them that time will not really permit us to feature here, but with this we have going on for Rwanda, for Ghana, for Nigeria, it's a lot. It's quite impressive, I must say. And I want to say well done to the country Ghana, well done to my own country Nigeria, and definitely well done to Rwanda out there in Africa and every other country in Africa and West Africa. And that is the goal, guys. That is the aim right here in Chivik Inspirations, to expose, analyze, react to things, infrastructures that we have going on in the motherland Ghana and Nigeria and all some other countries in West Africa, in Africa, just like we've had today. And guys, at this point, I want you to tell me right there in the comment section, which of these stadiums fascinates you the most, interests you the most, which of this stadium is quite impressive. I know they are all beautiful and amazing. What are the features, what are the things you love about this stadium that are featured for Nigeria and Ghana, unbiased, non-hypocritical, and this is just free and fair opinions, point of view that you definitely know yourself as an individual from any part of the world watching at me right now. I want to say, if you really enjoyed today's episode, please appreciate this effort by hitting on the like button, and also if you like what you see here, kindly hit on that subscribe button. It's totally and absolutely free of charge, because right here in Chivik Inspirations, we say things just the way it is, non-biased, not to demote any citizen, any country in West Africa, in Africa, but to expose, analyze, react to citizens, countries, infrastructure, stuff we have going on in West Africa, in the motherland Ghana, Nigeria, and some other countries in West Africa, so that the world at the end of the day will know that this is what we have in West Africa and Africa to the world. Exactly. So you are highly welcome. Join this family as you hit on that subscribe button. And if this is your first time seeing my face, hi, I am Chivik Inspirations, aka Victoria Chinyere. And with this, I will say we've come to the end of today's episode. Yes. Thank you so much for staying through up till now. If you actually did watch up till this point, you know what? Let me tell you how I will know, because I need you right there in the comment section to say, amazing job, well done. Amazing job, well done. When I see that comment, I will really know that you are the most patient human being on earth, and I can't take your patience, your time for granted. Thank you. God bless you and enrich you more. Once again, I want to say, remember to always keep it real, safe, happy, and blessed out there, particularly in this month of September. May the rest of your days in this month be safety assured, with fullness of health, abundance, by God's grace. Till I'll see you again in my next episode. But for now, this is me, Chivik Inspiration, saying do have a lovely, a peaceful, and a blessed day out there. Until I come again in my next one. Bye, guys. Mwah.